Hello, my friends. Master Sommelier Peter Neptune here with a new edition of my YouTube channel. And I thought it would be interesting to look at the northern Rhone, the northern Rhone Valley. Fantastic wine growing area. I was just there about a month and a half ago. If you'd like to see more on the northern Rhone Valley and the southern Rhone Valley, I've got a couple of videos posted that I shot there in the vineyards. One of them was on the Hill of Hermitage. I actually shot two videos on the Hill of Hermitage, one about halfway up on the 3/4 of the way up at the outlook point, and then the other up all the way at the top at the Ermite. So check those out on my YouTube channel. I also shot a video in Châteauneuf-du-Pape, so check that out as well. But I thought we'd look at a little bit of the northern Rhone. The northern Rhone is a river valley with steep hills on the right bank. Now remember, everybody, that the Rhone River flows south. So if you're in a raft floating south on the river, the right bank is to your right. And I know on a map it looks like that would be the left bank, but the river flows south. So we're going from north down to south, and on the right bank, most of the vineyards are on the right bank, with the exception of Hermitage and Crozes Hermitage, which the Rhone River turns left at Tournon, and there at the village of Tain-l'Hermitage, where I shot the video, and you can see the river. Those two appellations are on the left bank of the Rhone, because for a little bit the Rhone goes to the east. It goes west to east, and then it goes south again. So the northern Rhone is made up of a few appellations, or crus, and we have Cote Rotie all the way to the north, then Condrieu. Then there's a pretty long, 14-mile long appellation called Saint-Joseph. Then we have the Hill of Hermitage, and then its surrounding area called Crozes Hermitage. And then pretty much the farthest south appellation of the northern Rhone is called Cornas. And we have one here. So I just thought we'd start in and just look at some of these fantastic wines. Condrieu is on very, very steep granite and granitic sand hillsides. Some of them are 50 to 60 degrees steep, and they have to be terraced. The Romans pretty much planted all the vineyards in this area in the 1st century before the Common Era, and they terrace these vineyards out in these walled terraces. You know, they have to be repaired every year, and they're super steep. Some of them are only 3 vines deep. Some of them are about 5 vines deep. Condrieu only allows Viognier. And folks, it's the greatest Viognier appellation in the world. Condrieu put Viognier on the map, and because it's a continental climate here, and we have granite and granitic sand soil, it's the perfect place for Viognier. This thing's only 13% alcohol. Most Viogniers in the New World, the problem is that Viognier, to ripen its phenolics, it's like Cabernet Sauvignon in the New World and in many places where the sugar ripening, finding that place where the sugars and the phenolics ripen at the same time, pretty much can happen in Condrieu at 13% alcohol. And in the New World, all of a sudden, you've got 15.5 alcohol, and then they throw new oak on the darn thing, and the wines have no acidity. But Condrieu, incredible acidity, beautiful harmony, and the expression of the Viognier grape. This is a solid, beautiful, bright, medium lemon color. And on the nose, it's just so aromatic. It's fantastic. My friend Keith Goldston, MS, coined the term, and I'll give you the shout out, Keith. It smells like Fruit Loops. And, first of all, Viognier is very floral. This smells like jasmine, honeysuckle, acacia. But then there's this nectarine and peaches and apricots and tropical melon and like guava or mango. So it smells like this is breakfast when you were a kid, It's just got this amazing haunting floral aroma, but underneath this kind of granite, earthy aroma as well. On the palate, that is just delicious. Beautiful wine. Medium plus acidity, dry. Medium plus acidity, medium alcohol, only 13%. Incredible mouthfeel. There's Viognier has this glycerol, this fat, oily mouthfeel, as well as phenolic bitterness. Thick-skinned, it's got a lot of texture to it, almost like tannin. We call that phenolic bitterness. And this is just gorgeous wine. Medium alcohol, full-bodied, very intense, with a long granite finish. This is outstanding wine. It's expensive. It's $86.99. I got all these wines at High Time Wine Cellars in Costa Mesa. Shout out to everybody at High Time. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Condrieu is expensive. This is Domaine Andre Perret. He makes a couple different Viogniers. He's the paradigm of Condrieu. He makes a couple different Saint-Josephs, if I remember correctly. But this guy's like the marker, one of the main markers for a Viognier. And this is imported by Kermit Lynch. Shout out to the great Kermit Lynch and his company who brought these wines to America for the first time. Just at the very southern part of Condrieu is a very interesting one winery appellation called Chateau Grillé. And it's one of the few one winery appellations in France. There's Clos de la Coulee de Sorrent in the Loire Valley. There's La Tâche, Romanée-Conti La Tâche. So La Tâche AOC is owned by Romanée-Conti. There's Romanée-Conti. So there's a few of these one winery appellations in France. Very rare. That's great wine, outstanding wine, expensive, but a treat if you come across a little bit of extra dough, a little extra cash. That's worth getting. I told my class, my French wine scholar class, I had Viognier, I had Condrieu in Paris at Luca Carton, which back in the day was a 3-star Michelin star restaurant. And the chef had just studied with a master tempura chef in Japan. So he gives, the first 3 courses were tempura, and the sommelier brought Condrieu. I was like, Condrieu with tempura? Yes, Condrieu with tempura. Go figure. Next up, 2022. That was 2023. Domaine Andre Perret Condrieu. Next up, Domaine Faury, 2022 Cote Rotie. And this is Cote Rotie Les Tres Bruns. That means the 3 brunettes. And this comes from 1.7 hectares of 45-degree slopes facing south-southeast in the Côte Brune. Cote Rotie has the Côte Blonde to the southern part of the section, just south of Ampuy, the town, and Côte Brune to the northern part of the section. This is from 3 parcels in Côte Brune, Fourvier, La Plume, and Arcelet. And hand-harvested, obviously, at 45-degree slopes, terraced, of course. Fermentation, long fermentation, 18 to 22 days, aged 18 months in, demi-muid, which are 600 liter, and barrels of 220 liters, of which 30% are new. And Cote Rotie allows up to 20% Viognier to be blended. It's co-planted with Syrah. Up to 20% Viognier co-fermented with Syrah. It gives Syrah a lifted floral note and helps set the color. I mean, this is purple colored. This is deep purple colored. So it helps set the color. It's interesting, this co-fermentation. Made quite popular in the rest of the world, copying Cote Rotie. This is 90% Syrah, 10% Viognier, which is frankly at the upper limit of where I've seen Viognier. I usually see only 5 to 8%. Domaine Faury makes a Cote Rotie, really great Condrieu, and I think a couple different bottlings of Saint-Joseph. They're a really, really great producer in the northern Rhone. This wine is deep purple in color. And right off the bat, you get this lifted aromatic character. You love it when you smell the Viognier. So you not only get violets of Syrah, but you get this kind of jasmine in bloom note and honeysuckle note of the Viognier, in addition to blackberry, black cherry, a little bit of blueberry. There's this bacon fat, very typical of Syrah, black pepper, kind of bacon fat, meaty character, and it's quite a lovely, lovely nose. But you can really smell the Viognier in the wine. On the palate, Oh, wow. That's great. Dry. Acidity medium plus. Tannin medium plus. Very chewy tannin. Okay. Young wine, 2022. Syrah. And, Viognier, as we saw, has phenolic bitterness as well. So you get some, I might change this to high tannin. It's integrated. It's mouth filling. It's mouth coating. It's like tannin latex paint. I like it. This is really outstanding wine. Dry, medium plus acidity. I'm going to call it high tannin. Well balanced, full bodied. Only medium alcohol. I mean, it's 13% alcohol. So that's this continental climate of the northern Rhone, keeping the alcohols in check along with phenolic ripeness. Long finish. You can feel the granite in the finish. And you get this violet, honeysuckle, blackberry, black cherry, meat, pepper, everything we expect, all in a package of, it's like the iron fist in the velvet glove, Outstanding wine. Wow, that's just great wine. Great wine. Bravo. We'd go past Condrieu if we're going down river, Condrieu, Chateaubriand, Saint-Joseph, the bend in the river. We look at the hill of Hermitage. Please check out my video on my YouTube channel on Hermitage. Then the river turns south again, and then on the right bank of the river is Cornas. And we have this Domaine Serret, 2022. Cornas, their vineyard, they own a single parcel called Patu, and it's about 4 acres. That's a hectare and a about a hectare and a half. This is about 80-year-old vines, 100%. So Cornas has to be 100% Syrah. And this is aged in older French oak barrels, a lot of Foudre and demi-muid, 600 liter to about 2,000 liter. Cornas as a rustic character, an iron-rich character. It's always 100% Syrah. Cornas is a beautiful amphitheater facing south of decomposed granite. And it's just it's the warmest area in the entire northern Rhone. So on the nose, you get more of this kind of real meat, grilled meat, a steak just about to go on the grill while you've got steaks on the grill. Pepper, blackberry, black cherry, blueberry. But this is nice, a peppery, meaty note on the nose. On the palate, that's great. Wow. Tannin, man, we got tannin in Syrah today. Dry, acidity medium plus, high tannin. I need a ribeye right now. Really high tannin, but it's mouth coating. This just needs a steak à poivre really bad, which would be a New York strip, by the way. High tannin, alcohol's medium again. Let me look at this, 13.5 alcohol. This is $49.99. And really, this is outstanding wine as well. What have we got? Outstanding. What a lineup today. This is great. This is really a terroir-driven wine. I can really feel the granite on my palate. This is a long-lived wine. All these wines will age beautifully, actually. This for another 5 years, this for another 20, this for 20 to 30. Beautiful mouthfeel, long finish. Alcohol's medium, intensity's pronounced, body is full. This has just got it all. This is just full-on Syrah, Northern Rhone, go for it wine. But outstanding wine. So there's a look at the Northern Rhone, 3 bottles from the Northern Rhone. I enjoy this area a lot. It's just beautiful. Check out my other videos on Hermitage and Châteauneuf-du-Pape, and we'll see you next time.